I'm excited to introduce to you Rebecca Rose. Born and raised in Newfoundland and Labrador, Rebecca is president and publisher of Newfoundland's oldest publishing house. After earning her degree in Humanity and Social Sciences at Mudden University, she took over both Jess Pearson Press in 2002 and Breakwater in 2009. With her expertise and guidance, Breakwater has grown to become my family's favorite local publishing company. Welcome to On My Bookshelf, Rebecca.
Thank you, Molly. I'm delighted to be here.
Okay, let's get right into it. When did you realize you wanted to become a publisher and devote your time to books and book lovers?
I honestly initially resisted it a bit because I knew it was a challenging industry, having grown up behind the scenes of a family business. And so I plugged away at different departments in the company through high school and university, and took breaks when I moved away to go work overseas, and got involved in it more seriously at a management level around 2002. So I was about 25, 26 years old. And worked towards taking over as publisher, which I did in 2009. So I was about 32 years old.
Wow, that's so cool. I think about it because we're picking courses or whatever at school now. They're always like, you're preparing for what you want to do with the rest of your life, starting next week.
Yeah.
So it's interesting.
No pressure.
So many different paths before you were like, no, I can do everything and still do books at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't land on publishing right straight out of high school or pursue it in my university education. And I'm definitely one of the people that support students wanting to take semesters off and explore new interests and new adventures while trying to figure out what to do with their lives.
What's your favorite thing about living in Newfoundland?
The beauty and depth of our landscape, how clean it is and how beautiful it is. I mean, going out in the woods, going out in boat, going hiking. We have so many beautiful parts of this island, so many I thought I knew, but I'm actually discovering so many new sites and locations that I've never been to before, and I want to explore more. I feel like COVID has really helped us all appreciate becoming staycationers and getting out and about on our own island, and I'm really grateful for that because it's just so beautiful here, and I think we're really fortunate to live here and have those options available to us.
Everywhere you look, there's wildlife and trees, or you're downtown and it's colorful, and it's
exactly.
I love it here.
yeah, me too.
Would you consider yourself more of a reader or a writer, and why?
Definitely more of a reader. I don't consider myself a writer at all. I appreciate good writing, I recognize good writing, and I'm happy to promote it and support it. I think writers are doing really brave work by putting their work through the publishing process and the critiques that come along with that from an editorial point of view, and then of course putting it out to the world. It's a vulnerable position to take, and I admire it in every writer I know and work with, but I'm more of a behind the scenes person, so I think that definitely makes me more of a reader than a writer.
If you could publish one piece of writing from any author, dead or alive, who would it be?
Deceased author Rachel Carson, the author of Silent Spring. I say that because it's probably one of the books that had the most profound effects on me as a university student, I think, at the time, and really opening my eyes to the impact of environmental issues and how what you do here in Newfoundland plausibly affect somebody on the other side of the world from an environmental point of view. That never left me, and I was just so fascinated by learning from reading her work and I would love to hear what she might have to say about where we stand in this day and age on environmental issues, and would gladly and enthusiastically publish anything that she had to write about where we stand right now.
As a female businesswoman in Atlantic Canada, how does it feel to know that you are inspiring young girls to read and maybe become interested in owning their own publishing companies?
Is that happening? I hope so. That's really nice to know, and that makes me feel amazing. I support any ideas of more women and girls considering the publishing industry as a serious career pursuit. It presents a lot of opportunities from people of a lot of backgrounds and different educational training and different interests to still work within it and be successful, and especially more so moving forward, where we're really having to embrace so much more digital and technological advancements in order for the industry to keep up with the times and move forward. It's an industry too that has a really good gender parity, but there's always room for even more women.
Of course, we should be everywhere, all the time.
That's all the time.
As possible.
All day, every day. Yeah.
Of course. If you could be any fictional character from a Breakwater book title for one day, who would you choose and why?
I think I would say Imogene Tubbs, who is the lead character in Bridget Canning's latest novel, Some People's Children. She's a feisty, independent, redhead, young girl coming to terms with herself in a small town. She's dealing with a lot of challenges, typical of coming up through your junior high and high school years, between family and romantic relationships and friendships and community secrets. And despite all that, she's brave and independent and coming to terms with herself and who she is and doing it on her own terms. So I really admire her strength and resilience in pursuing her self-discovery.
What's one piece of advice you'd give to another author who wants to be published?
Keep trying. It's a very difficult and challenging process for many writers to capture the attention of publishing houses, and it comes with an awful lot of rejection. Do your homework before you start submitting to publishers as best you can. Take advantage of mentorships and editing services available from writers' organizations, and do some research on your book and similar books like it, and maybe identify in your letters to publishers why yours is a bit different or why it might stand out, and any other unique qualities that should be pointed out to capture the publisher's attention. You asked for one thing, didn't you? I just said 10, but do your homework and really make your submissions as best you can before you start the long process of seeking a publisher.
Right. What is your opinion on the challenges and benefits of being a publishing house based in Atlantic Canada?
Oh, so many things. We have a highly qualified talent pool. The writing community in Atlantic Canada, as I'm told by writers, is very supportive. There's a lot of mentoring going on. And so I really think that's helping to improve the quality of books that are being submitted to publishers in Atlantic Canada. We have unique stories, especially as being an island culture. I think that makes it quite unique from the rest of what we see coming out of Canada. Our industries, both here in Newfoundland and throughout Atlantic Canada, are making a serious impact on tourism throughout the region. We're having an impact on the educational systems in the region, which I think is a serious benefit, and would love to see more of local stories in Atlantic Canadian classrooms. there's a real sense of camaraderie and collaboration amongst people working in publishing in Atlantic Canada that are all working together to help lift the profile and the impact of Atlantic Canadian authors and their work. So there's a lot of benefits from that point of view. Just as many challenges too. I mean, because we're an island culture, that comes with its own, logistical problems like shipping costs being much more expensive for publishers operating out of Atlantic Canada, books getting trapped on the ferry, or books getting locked down in plants on the mainland. There's not enough of book culture, I think, ingrained in Atlantic Canada's institutions in particular. That's something we're trying to address as an industry, and I think we would all benefit from more mandated programs helping to support books in schools and libraries and government.
Well, thank you for coming and talking about all the lovely books that we have here and in Canada, because they need to be put out there further.
Thank you. That's what we want to hear from readers like you.
A big thank you to today's guest, Atlantic Canadian publisher and president of Breakwater Books, Rebecca Rose. Tune in next time to learn more about another one of my favorite Atlantic Canadian book lovers. And to all the viewers at home, thank you for watching, and remember to follow all of our social media links down below for a teaser on new episodes. In the meantime, stay safe, be kind, and always, always read local.